Okay, guys, this is on Ted Fetch perspective, and again, sometimes I go over and miss crucial points, but the fact of the matter is, I've never been more clear again. And you know what it took for this to happen? I was at a crossroads today, thinking to myself, you know what, Ted? You are playing by the rules of this world as they were created, and I could give several examples of how that's not possible for this physical reality to even exist in the ways that the laws of the world are created and continue to be manipulated, and not only that, dismayed, discoursed, and not even take seriously. And you know what? The people that are actually thinking this is funny, I'm only trying to have your soul actually be able to be your soul and live your life in a free will that gives you the opportunity to make your own decisions without somebody, entity, system telling you what you need to do. Is that free will? Do you like all the times, and I know you don't because I've talked to people, do you like all the times that you're forced to do things all the time? Well, then you don't have free will, believe it or not. You don't have free will. You don't have free will when you can't decide what you want to do based on what you want to do, when you want to do it, like you do every day, right now, in this reality, except, except when you're not able to do that based on a system coming in and telling you what to do and what not to do on key issues that you feel you have no other choice but to do. And I know this now more than ever because let me give you some examples on how just recently I've come to terms, and guess what? You know what? There's one thing I know, and you know too. Whoever hears this, and you know, don't, laugh if you want, but I'm fighting for your freedoms, regardless if you think this is funny, in any way, shape, or form. And I'll tell you why. If you listen instead of trying to laugh about something I'm saying, thinking I got it wrong, when I can prove to you I got it right, just listen and then make your judgment afterwards. That's what I do. I give people the choice to make choices based on what they want, based on information they get, and then you make your own decision on this. How about that? How about that? Who does that? Does the person that tells you what to do, where to go, when to be there? No, they don't. They just tell you what to go, where to go, when to be there, how to vote, what to say, what not to say. Here's what your job is. Guess what that is? Not your free will, as God intended it for it to be, by free will given to everyone on this earth. And you know what? Believe it or not, that I would like to believe the voice in your head that's the entity that is telling you what to do is making you laugh. Because give me a break, and if you really want to know, without having that hijack your ability to reason, then guess what? I beg you to listen to this and make your own decision. At least now you have information that you can bounce off of other information like everyone was designed to do when they're discerning something and deciding which one is best based on the intuition that God has given you. Not only that, the common sense factor that you know what is right and what is wrong. And I know this, and here's how I know this: by talking to real people that matter in my life that say that without saying it because they're not allowed to say it. And I know that. They're not allowed to specifically say it, but they tell me it without saying it. In the way that you guys talk when you need to say something without having to be able to say it. You know that. You know what that means. You're no oblivious to what that concept is. So, let's start there. Let's start there and let's break it down from the beginning on what God's creation of this world was and is and should be and how it got hijacked. And it has been. It has been hijacked by a species, entity, whatever you may call it, that has disrupted this world, has taken over the lives and souls of people that live here, and has made them subject to the agenda of that entity system that has taken away your free will to choose. And I know you want that based on the subliminal signs and messages that I get every day that show me that that is the real thing and that that is something that bothers you, but you're not allowed to say it. Now I'm on to something. Now I got people's attention. Because that's what I know based on what I've seen, and I see things as they are in the reality that is mine, which is all I know. The reality that I see, I pick apart. I question everything. I see things that don't make sense. I question that. I always question everything. And you know who taught me that? Well, first off, we'll have to go backwards a little bit. Okay? All right, now keep in mind this. I believe I came here for a purpose. And I believe I was born into this body to make change. And the reason I believe that is because of everything that I have been taught. My message has been clear from day one. Sovereignty, free will. Sovereignty, free will. That's been on top of my agenda. That's the only thing that keeps the message keeps going. Sovereignty, free will, help, assist others, give back. And you know what? It's not just for me. In fact, when I make it just for me, I get a lesson learned, a lesson sent to me to show me that that's not what it's about. It's about everybody. And here's how I know that. When God created this world, okay, and we'll get to, if you want to have a conversation about this afterwards and show me that I'm wrong in any way or show me that your point of view is different, I've had the first conversation with somebody that actually truly was giving me a message by helping me show me the message by doing something that no one else has done before. Actually have a conversation with me by trying to get to know me and showing me what they're saying, trying to tell me something without telling me exactly, but I got the message. This dude really was the only one that ever tried to explain things in a way that he wanted me to know so I could help out and see what it needs to be done. Without saying that, but everything meant that. And that was real. And you know what, I don't want to give anything away because I want this man and I'll ever to get in trouble because I'm not even going to message who he is. Could be anybody, honestly. But I know what is corrupt and what would throw them under the bus, which did throw them under the bus, was the police department of Orlando, Florida. And I can prove that too. So don't ever say to me, and I won't make statements. I never will make a statement that I can't prove to be true. I'm thorough to the point where you can't deny it, and they get mad trying to rip up my statement just because they know that I am saying stuff that they can't later. They were hoping I wouldn't say, so that way they could dispute anything based on one statement that they made. And I'll give you an example of how that even happened. So there's no denying the fact that this has happened. I have it on videotape. I made sure I made nothing but documentation to prove this exists. And guess what? With the tension, I even told them, I gave them a way out, guys. I gave them a way out to make me go, well, I just hope I just parked on the wrong floor. I said, you know what, you guys? Let's just think about what's up for stakes here. With the tensions in the world right now, between the police department and the other end, and Black Lives Matter, and all of that other shit that is in the world right now, let me make this clear. I would hope that the police department would do a thorough investigation to find my vehicle as the good police department would when somebody is, coming to them to find a vehicle, and I'm laying out all the information for you to be able to do your job like I normally do by stating everything that they need to do, and if they do that, they'll have no problems finding my vehicle. And I even had cameras that they could follow. I have time plates. I have everything laid out in a system that they don't even have to do their job. I did the job for them, literally. All they have to do is a few steps that I highly recommended that would give them the exact scenario. So if they don't come through, I'm letting them people know right now, and I have it all documented. I have everything laid out. I stated it on camera. I videotaped a parking garage. I have done everything to make sure that there's no other way that justice gets served if the Orlando Police Department does their job and actually makes that happen. But then I thought, you know what? The police department, and you know what the thing is? And I'm saying this with all honesty because I gave these people chances. I said, look, guys, here's the thing. I didn't sign anything yet. I'm willing to take I might have parked it on the wrong floor. And guess what? Since I didn't sign anything, that'd be the best way. Me saying that through my thoughts. So everyone would understand that all you have to do is maybe if, let's just say by coincidence, the car, we thought something happened. We removed it from the vehicle. We thought we had the wrong car. And you know what? Guess what? You're the bad guy. I gave him the setup where I was at fault, just to protect the future reality of what I'm about to do, which is now, which is yesterday, which is every chance I gave them to get everyone to not have to have any problems, and me take it knowing everything that I know, was willing to go, my bad guys. I gave him that option. My bad guys. I must have parked it on the wrong floor, and you know what? Stupid me, parked it on the wrong floor. But you know what they would want to do? You know what they showed me? Well, if you do that, then you're lying, and we could do this, that, and the other. I said, do you not get it, brother? Do you not get it, police officer? With the high tensions of the racial and the police officer problems that we're having in the United States right now, did you not get what I was saying about the whole situation I'm willing to do, even though it's not technically my fault, because I'm pretty sure I might have been wrong, but now I'm not wrong at all. I was willing to say I might have been wrong about where I parked and everything else that happened, just to give them a way out. So I didn't have to do this. So I didn't have to write this report and give detailed information on exactly what it is that there's no way around anyone can get around. And I said that 1,000 times. I'm going to take my time with this police report, so just so you know, I'm saying this mentally through my thoughts. It has to be back at the parking garage that I parked at, otherwise none of this works. I'm telling them exactly how to do their job, just in case they don't know how to make this happen in a way that no one has to, everyone comes out as a top person except the one dude, the heart dude, that was willing to give up I made a mistake. So you guys don't have to get anything. I didn't sign anything purposely, and guess what? I don't have to do this report now. And I said it so many times subliminally through my thoughts, so that way everyone was able to walk away, and I was going to be willing to take the sacrifice of I parked on the wrong floor. Guess what? You guys get your best scenario. I'm the one that screwed up. And you know what they didn't want to do? Listen to me. So they were willing, just because of their pride, of not willing to listen to something that made sense, that got everyone off the hook except me, that would just say, I must have parked on the wrong floor. I apologize, but thank you for having my car here. And you know what they did? Well, you know that could be considered since you wrote down this, that, and the other, that you would be liable for this, that, if you lied on the statement stating that it was at that parking garage, and then we came later and found it not to be true. That's what their asshole ass did. When I'm trying to protect them, when I'm trying to actually come up with a scenario so none of these, not the tow truck lot, not the police department, but me was willing to take the fall by saying I parked on the wrong floor. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I subliminally told them, and I said, "Are you understanding what I'm saying here? With the police violence today and everything else, the best way probably would be for me to take the fall and say I forgot where my park was. That way we can avoid everything. We don't have to look at the cameras then. We don't have to call a police report. We don't have to conduct an investigation. We can just say it's here now. I made the mistake. Sorry." You get the privilege and the pride of saying, "See, this guy wasted our time," which you would have, and even you did worse. We can prosecute it's just a false statement now. And I go, really? Really, dude? You're willing to do that after I just gave you the ultimate? I just laid out the whole plan for a win-win-win-win-win, except me by stating, I screwed up on the wrong floor. And guess what, guys? As detailed as I am on everything, do you think I freaking got the wrong floor? No. But I was willing to say that just to save their ass from from what is real, which is what happened. So, guess what? I always remembered where my car was. If anyone's saying anything other than, well, he's lying now, he's saying that he didn't know. I always knew where my car was. Because I'm not pulling out punches now. I'm telling you exactly what happened, and I have proof for everything. I always have. I was just giving you guys a way out. And that's the truth. So they didn't want to do that. In fact, they threatened me for I would be violating a statement that they could prosecute me for if you're saying that my car was there the whole time, and then we had to waste all this time on investigation. Well, you didn't just get it. I'm doing you a favor, motherfucker, by doing this, so I don't have to do this statement, so no one gets prosecuted, no one gets looked bad upon. I'm just taking the fall by saying, sorry, I parked on the wrong floor, I must have made a mistake. But that didn't happen, that never happened. I knew it never happened. I was just trying to help them out. So believe this. This is the most important message you get, and that's true, and they know it's true, because I said I'm going to take my time with this, and I'm subliminally messaging them through my thoughts. It has to be at that parking garage, otherwise it doesn't work. So if you didn't do it, you have to put it at the parking garage that I'm telling you at, so that way it all makes sense. So that way everyone, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Because then I could, then they're trying to set me up then. And that's what they would be doing. And that's what they tried to do several times with the police reports that they were going to make me sign. I read everything, by the way. Thank you, freaking Metro PCS and everyone else, making me learn how I need to read terms and conditions before I sign anything. Because I would sign 3 of those papers, I would have been fucked based on the information they put on them to do exactly just that. This is real, and I can prove it, and I don't think you doubt it, because you guys have dealt with people in the past, especially the people that have had to deal with it more so than I have, which are the people that are African American people that have had to deal with injustice for way longer than I have, and get stereotyped all the time just based on the fact of their skin color. And that's a fact. That's actually a fact. That's actually a statistical fact that you can't deny. That you cannot deny, because it's statistical fact. It can't be other than that if it's got numbers that prove the damn thing exists. And you know why I know that? Because I've been to jail. And you know what? The majority of people in jail are African American. You know why? Because drugs were put into the system by the government, the CIA, at least that I can prove, into rural communities to poison them and have that spread across the country like a virus. And then they blame them for doing it, when it was brought in for the intended purposes for that to happen. Believe it or not, that's the case, and that's proof, and that's real. And guess who doesn't get? Who gets in charge? Doesn't get ever. The people that made the shit, brought it over, put them in real communities, and then want to play the people, want to blame that for the problems. You don't bring crack, make crack, put it in communities, poison neighborhoods, and then expect them not to do what they only know how to do, make money. And guess what? In those neighborhoods, there's not many people to make many ways to make money. You know why? Because that's what you intended. And now we're getting real for once, but I'm going to get even more real. And this is where I have to really, and I'll take this all the way to the wherever I need to make sure that this gets done in a way that no one, in my mind, because now when I speak, I get two things that happen to me. When I speak truth and I'm on top of my game and I say what I need to say based on why I came here and my purpose in this life, I'm connected with God's source energy on a high level in two ways. When I'm happy, having fun, like Saturday night, when no one was going to stop me, I was levitating. And not only that, I had a fight, the UFC fight that was on, and you can check this out on ESPN. This dude was nowhere near to be winning. In fact, he was like astonished more than anybody that he took the belt. And this is what happened. And he knows it happened this way, and that's all I know. You can check the reels on it. The announcers got mad, actually, thinking I interfered with the fight. Well, all I did was this. He believed in me. This how much I know I was connected to Source God. I was telling the TV, dude, you got this. I promise you. I'm telling you right now, this man got nothing on you. You're going to win this fight. I promise you, if you believe that, and I believe in you, you're going to win this fight. And the dude came out swinging out of nowhere when he had no chance. He was on the bottom, about to get, just boom, 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 end of story. And that was it. Like freaking, you know why he did it? Don't blame me for his win. He believed. He believed in me, and I believed in him. And it worked. And the dude went down, and the dude had there was no confidence chance, nothing. He came back from out of the blue, came off of the mat, and did that just because he looked at me and believed. And you can check the tape yourself if you don't believe that. Because the whole bar was pissed at it, actually. The whole bar was pissed at it, actually. But you know what I was proud of? The man believed. It was his win, not mine. You know why? Because he just believed in me. Sometimes not that night, but he believed in me so much so that he just knew he was going to win. And he won. And that's a fact. You can look it up on ESPN, the U.S. How did this happen? Now, if I'm connected to Source God Energy in the highest level, how's my car get stolen? It legally can't. It possibly can't get stolen if you're connected to Source God Energy. When you're connected to Source God Energy, anything you want to happen happens. You can manifest things, which I was manifesting in real life all the time that night. And guess what? My car got stolen. So what does that tell me? The laws of the universe got fucked and corrupted. Because if the laws of the universe worked, that would never have ever been impossible. It would have been impossible for that to ever happen. And that's true. If you're vibing like that, anything you want happens. That's what happens. That's what did happen all night long. So the laws of the universe have been corrupted. That's the only way around it. They've been corrupted because when you're vibing like that and you have that energy, no matter what, because God doesn't judge, He just wants you to be happy. He gets most happy when you're happy, or A, with me, when I'm defending myself. That's when I'm most aligned. So literally, I was aligned so much, had so many haters that night just because I was aligned. I've had haters from the beginning just for being me. And that's fine. I pushed through it. And they don't like that, but that's okay. I love them, and I made sure I did that all night long. I literally got kicked out of the lodge for buying drinks. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be nice to you. I'm still going to give to you despite the fact that you're not liking me. And I'm going to be happy about doing it. You know what he was happy about? Getting a free shot. A real person that hated me would said, fuck you, I ain't getting shit from you. That means he was a sellout, basically. Truthfully, because the fact that was fine. It didn't matter. I was just showing him that what their action was me. Some of them were like, he is the real deal. He's got it right now. Some were like, how the fuck dare he even fucking walk past us laughing and having a good time when we're wanting to fucking be violent. Either way, I had supporters too. You know, I had people on the fence. You know, they wanted to support me, but they felt like because they couldn't because of the people they were around. Their friends and shit. But that's not even the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting at is that if all that happens, I'm connected to Source. Everything's happened for me. I'm manifesting things all the time that night. Anything that I thought of, I could get. And I did. But, you know, when I was connected, I was like manifesting it. You know, I was just having fun at the lodge, and guess what? That was too much for them to handle. They just kicked me out for that. Literally. And that's fine. I said on the way out, I love you all anyway. I love you guys all anyway. And the one girl that made me get out, like 3 girls in the back go, yes, yes. Like they were like, yes, that's it. He is that. And that made me feel good. But then I get to the police. Then I go to the end of the night where my car's stolen, which is by the laws of the universe. If you're connected to God in that level, you're not supposed to ever have your car stolen unless there's a problem in the system that's corrupt. And that's a fact because the laws don't work that way. The laws that make this world up state that if you're connected with God's source energy, and if you want something that God wants, which God only wants me to be happy that night and have fun. So as long as I'm doing that, having fun, the last thing that should have happened was my car got stolen. So I called the tow yard on the sign in front at the same place I parked. And I was jokingly, just me being me, sarcastic, having fun, trying to manifest a discount. And now, without even thinking my car shouldn't even be stolen. I didn't even process that until later, but I was just like, whatever, because I'm just so like, whatever, I'll take care of anything. God's on my side, so it doesn't matter what happens. I'm good. In fact, I might need that. I might meet somebody at the tow yard, and then that's the reason why, and then I'll be more happy to make the money because I'm supposed to meet somebody there. Because God's source energy does not have things happen, especially your car being stolen, ever when you're connected like that. So I get to the I call the tow truck company, and they say, and I go, yeah, I have a Groupon for $55. Still thinking, Ted, the real problem is you shouldn't even got your car stolen if you're vibing like that. But I was just like, just in a good mood. I was just like, you know what? I don't even mind because I'm such connected to God's source energy that nothing will ever stop me. And guess what? This $55 that Groupon, it's going to go through. And I believed it too. And I think I would have got it if the guy would have, if the guy didn't ask his manager, he was like thinking about giving it to me. And I think he would have if he didn't ask the manager to make sure I had my car in the lot. And the guy that owned the place that heard that sublimity through that phone and got pissed off said, "No, we don't have your car." And I go, and never in my life did I ever once, not even in the slightest bit, think, well, they don't have my car. No, my thought was they couldn't take the $55 Groupon discount over the phone, so they had to have me come in person to be able to get that discount. So that way there was no record of it being on the phone that I got some special discount. And that's literally what I thought. It was never like the car's not there like they said it was. It was like, no, it's there for sure. They just couldn't admit the Groupon $55 discount. Which is just me, being sarcastic, having fun. But the thought of them never having my vehicle was never once crossed my mind. So I show up there. I call the place. They say it's $135. I say the $55 Groupon. They said, hold on a second. No, it's not here. I know it's there. For a fact, I know it's there. You know why? Because just literally told me it's there. And literally, I had no doubt because that was the vibe I was on, and I was connected that way. And yes, it did happen, not in words, but in feelings that stated those words. So I already knew that it was there. So I show up at the tow yard that they gave me at a wrong address. Not a wrong address, but they gave me the tow yard right next to the one that was actually the number that I called. And the guy looked at me when I showed up. He goes, dude, he felt bad because he knew what's up with me. You know? Or because of the fact that they know I'm right and they hate that too. Or the fact that they just don't want me to have anything and they stole my vehicle just because I was connected to God's source energy. I've never been rude to anyone. In fact, this whole time everything's happened to me, from day one, it's been nothing but an onslaught, continuous barrage of harassment, stalking, hacking, and everything else that you could possibly think of in between. Down to phone service not being able to work, down to me not being able to collect my unemployment, down to my fucking credit cards being hacked and money being taken from, down to the fact that I have to literally figure out what the hell I'm doing next week because I'm kicked out of here based on the fact they took all my money from, they took all my money because they don't want me to have anything. The people that have our army strong, millions across the world, just me, will do anything and everything to prevent me from having either A, fun. In fact, they hate the fact that I have fun while they try everything in the world to prevent that. That is the worst thing. He's still having fun. We've done everything possible to eliminate this guy from ever even thinking of fun. And here he is. Not only that, but blessing God every day. Blessing the fact that he was brought into this world with such an amazing life that he cries all the time. Just when he sees simple signs that shows that people do still care about the things that matter. I saw a sign today right when I needed it, just like is always put in front of me when I need the sign. And the sign said this: family, freedom, and what was the other one? Faith. And I cried, and I go, that's the sign I needed to see, that people still want freedom. Family, freedom, and faith. All the things that they don't want you to have in the future. I saw that sign. And then the sign behind that I was supposed to see said hope. And there's me. And these are always tears of joy, but I go, thank you. Thank you so much for showing me that you guys still want that. Because that was the question for a while. Am I fighting for something from people that don't want it? And I got the sign. People want it. And that's all I need to hear to keep on pushing. But then I got mad again at the fact that Why are we still talking about anything when the laws of this world have been manipulated, created, and made not to exist? Like literally, the universe I thought would just have to stop at that point if the laws of the universe aren't being implemented and taken seriously and actually being used the way they're supposed to be made. So here's what I do, and this is going to be a second podcast, but it's very important that you guys listen to the second one too, because it has everything to do with anything that I did based on the fact that I didn't want to do this. I gave them options. I said, look, guys, here's how it's going to work. If you guys want to save face and make me the I just parked it on the wrong garage. Somehow, I guess I missed it. I apologize. But then when you're threatened by saying that, just by, well, you know that means that you just lied to us, and guess what? You're going to jail, type thing. I go, don't you guys get it? I'm trying to save. I'm trying to actually make it so I'm the bad guy, so you guys don't have to deal with this fucking. Yes, everything that I've noticed, I'm gonna put down, obviously, because I have a brain like that remembers everything in detail, so I don't have to have any problems with anything. So I have contingency plans for the shit you're gonna come up with, which I know you will. So therefore, I've got it all covered in every way possible because I know how you guys work. I've been seeing you work for a long time now. So I'm doing you a favor just by telling you the way out of this. And I even said it has to be that, because they go, it could be any garage. I go, no, listen to me. In order for this to work, for everything to work, you have to put it back in that garage that I parked at. Just to give them a way to somehow fix everything so no one had to get a police report fine and I didn't have to go down this road. But when I go down that road, I go down that road hard, meaning I tell the truth and I have backup plans and I have exact proof for everything. That's why I was warning you. You don't want me to do this. I promise you. Especially with the racial tensions and everything between the police and everything else. The last thing OPD would want to do is put their name out there in a statement that can be proved under oath in a freaking lie detector, based on not your lie detector, by the way. I don't trust you people. It would have to be an independent source that I would pick based on an attorney that I would get from the Black Lives Matter community, because they seem to be the ones that have problems with the police. It would have to be someone that I could trust that could do it in an independent way, and I would know that because I would state this: I'm going to test the machine, I'm going to do it on my own with regular, trust me, I know how everything works. I would make sure that thing's correct prior to me doing it, and I would also make sure that there's no way to manipulate that test while I'm taking it. So therefore, there's no reason that the test would ever be able to be corrupted. And I would have to take those measures, unfortunately, because I know how you guys work. Especially the police department now, I guess. So here's what happened to the police department. So I go down there. Well, first off, they come to the tow yard, right? Now, this is after I called the tow yard several times, and they're saying, we don't have it, but whatever. I came down there that night. They said they do have it. I said, the 2007 Amari, you're telling me you have it? Because I got a phone call. I made a phone call, and I'm thorough. As thorough as I am, I ask questions over and over to make sure I'm hearing things right. That's what I do, OCD style. So I go, are you sure? Because I was told that I didn't have my vehicle here. Was that by you? No, your vehicle